Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon podcast. Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. We appreciate it. We need the followers. So thanks so much. Hey, Dan, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Moxie Sticks for connecting us with the salty golfer out of South Carolina. As you know, I'll be heading over there in a few weeks for a little R&R, get a little golf in. Salty golfer reached out on Instagram. He's got some great courses set up for us. So thanks to the salty golfer. Let's get into these picks.
Well, first off, did HQ approve this new vacation that you're taking? You were just coming back from vacation last night.
I'm still waiting on my company credit card, so hopefully nothing gets canceled. We'll see how that goes.
No, that's good. That's good. So, no, that's great. Yeah, no, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to get kicking off here with the Workday event. So, Cal, let me ask you, first off the bat here, everybody's saying, hey, this is a one-time event, new event. Am I the only person that's going to be speaking about this event coming into it to say that the next event that's going to be a mainstream event is going to be a Workday event?
I think it's. I think this is the only place on tour. Well, I guess not. I guess they do it in Pebble Beach. They play the Pro-Am, and then they've got a follow-up tournament the next week. But I think it's going to be interesting that we've got a lot of the same players playing the same course 2 weeks in a row. So looking forward to that, and especially with the whole COVID thing, man. I mean, does this become more the norm? I mean, you got guys coming in and they're staying stationary for 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting. To see how the testing and what the results look like on that. And then, how do the players feel, right? I mean, you come, you camp out for 2 weeks, and does it make it safer? I don't know.
No, my point there was with Workday specifically, the company. Like the next one that's going to be a mainstay is going to be a Workday event. Like Rocket Mortgage didn't used to exist, right?
Yeah, sure.
So Workday is going to be an event in the coming years. They're going to be a mainstay sponsor. They're going to have their own tournament here pretty soon, I think.
I don't know how much longer FedEx has got the branding for the cup, but do we see a Workday Cup coming up in the future?
Could be. Hey, Phil's moving to Florida. All right. Tell us about the course, man.
So this week we're heading to Ohio, Muirfield Village. It's a Jack Nicklaus design. I think this week it's going to be playing, I believe it's playing a little longer than it'll play next week. So we'll get a different feel for the pin locations and tee boxes. But what do we got coming in? Just shy of 7,500 yards. We're back on the bent grass with a mix of Poana greens. So we've seen that a lot over the past several weeks. So I think, it's kind of, do we look at, obviously we're looking at the past experiences of the past 3 weeks of how players finish, but a lot of similarities. I think it's definitely going to be play a little more open. So got some comments on that with a few of my picks and why I'm picking them, because I don't think it's going to penalize them as much if they're not if they're missing the fairways. I think they're going to be okay, just as long as they're not missing them crazy. But so past winners. 19, you got Cantlay. 18, DeChambeau. Look out next week. You got the Duffman in 17, William McGirt, 2016, Lingmerth in 15, Hideki Matsuyama, who looked good last week. He's a 14 winner. Matt Kuchar, I feel like he's probably not going to get a lot of attention this week, but he was a 13 winner. And then rounding out, you got Wood, Stricker, and Rose for the previous years, 10 through 12. So I think for the most part, everybody's going to be in the field this week except for DeChambeau and Woods, I believe. So lots of past champions in this field.
I don't think Rory's playing. Oh, of those guys. Yeah.
These guys.
Yeah. Because we got some guys sitting out this week that I actually thought we were going to play this week. I thought Rory would be back. He's not back this week. So yeah, pretty interesting. But those past winners were for Memorial, which is next week. But it's the same course. So we're having
same course. Exactly. Yep, that's right. Yeah. So the three holes that they changed up. So they made them longer for this tournament. You got number 8. Par 3, it's playing 202, so it's 17 yards longer. And then you got number 11 and 15, which are 16 and 31 yards longer, respectfully. It's 583 and 560. So I think this is going to be, one of those which we haven't really seen. So, I think almost all the par fives here, you got a lot of people on the course that are going to be able to get there in two, should they elect to go for it. So I think it'll definitely have a little different change in strategy. And it's, that tee to green strokes gain, I think, is going to be crucial here. I think that's who we're going to see shine. So.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And it's going to be a fun tournament. So the greens are supposed to play a little bit slower this week. They're supposed to try to slow them down. You mentioned the changes to the different holes, just so that they can get a little bit different than next week, considering there's going to be so much play on this course over the next couple of weeks, right? And then the rough is supposed to be a little bit more trimmed this week and a little bit rougher next week. So this one's supposed to be a little bit set up a little easier this week than next week, but we'll see how they can do with that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's. You want to get into the picks now? You ready?
I am ready. I feel pretty good about them. How do you feel about yours?
Well, I was sharing with you, man. It's, there's so many good players out there, and then there's so many good values to be had. I mean, it's, I'm clicking and I'm going, I don't know. Let me look at, who's hot right now, obviously, but then, who's on strokes gain putting, who's strokes gain approach. I don't think obviously fair helps to hit the fairway, but I don't think that's going to be the bigger stat that's going to carry the people through the end. So, I've got it locked. So, I'm ready to go, man.
All right, let's go. You want to start? Do you have the different categories pulled up here?
So my top tier, got my first guy, going with last year's winner. I don't know how, I thought about it and I can't really get away from him. I'm going Cantlay, as my horse for the course, man. I think he's going to show up, once again, even if it's not a victory. I still think the guy's on fire, right? I mean, he's had one tournament back, but I don't know. I mean, can you argue with the guy that's +4 strokes gained around the greens? He's +7, which is ridiculous with his iron. So I think he's going to be in a lot of lineups this week. So I think not picking him only puts me at a disadvantage. So I got to go Cantlay to lead my team.
Yeah, Cantlay's on mine as well. So I couldn't pass him up. If you'll just look at the stats, he's coming in at $10,600, but he won last year. He was 4th in 2018. At Travelers, he placed 11th this year. He's 8 of 8 cuts made in the last 8 tournaments he's played. On the year, 33 rounds approach. He's plus 1.1 shots gained off the tee, 0.47, and around the green, 0.25. So just solid strokes across the board for how he's been playing for the year. I just don't see how you go against him. He plays here really well. So in the same price range, that's what I was trying to get to. In this price range, you're passing up Justin Thomas, Jon Rahm. Justin Thomas is the most expensive player in the field at $11,100. Jon Rahm's the second most expensive at $10,900. Why didn't you like those two?
Rahm, I'm kind of just shaky on him. It's not shaky in that I don't think he's going to produce or perform. I like Cantlay's play better there. I think he's going to score more than Cantlay's going to. Thomas, just too expensive. I haven't seen that much out of him. I mean, he's inconsistent, and for the price, I think the inconsistency outweighs that top seed price tag for him.
Yeah, he didn't play well at Travelers. Was it Travelers? Yeah, Travelers. Yeah. He missed the cut. I had him in my lineup that week because I liked what I saw down at RBC before he went fishing with his dad, and I thought he played really well on that Sunday, and then he just did not come out playing well at Travelers. So I think he took a week off, which he needed from the rest perspective. But I don't know. He's just very, very pricey up there. Jon Rahm, I think Jon Rahm might win this tournament, but I didn't pick him either. But why did you pick him? Or did you pick him?
Rahm?
Yeah.
No, I didn't pick him. I think for the value, I think there's so many other players that are just that are just playing like solid golf, tee to green, putting. There's so much better value out there. I just couldn't afford to get him in my lineup and have the points that I think I'm expecting at least for the price. So.
Yeah. And let's stay in the $10,000 range. Did you pick anybody else in the $10,000 range? You got
Nope.
Koepka, Schauffele, or Matsuyama?
No, no. So Matsuyama, I kind of liked, his first tournament back. He was pretty shaky. Last week, decent. But I just couldn't go Matsuyama. Steered clear of him, even though he's a past winner, but that's like, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Koepka, he's had 2 weeks off. I like Koepka. I mean, you and I were talking, right? I'm like, I don't know, can't lay Koepka. And I'm going for the consistency, right? I mean, I think that, they're tournament-wise, Koepka's look good, but he's had some off days. Now, he's rebounded from those off days, and he's scored really well. But just from a day in, day out, again, there's some inconsistency there. And I think with the 2 weeks off, I don't think that bodes well for him when you got somebody that's like you got Cantlay coming in hot, man. So,
and I think that Brooks, we liked Brooks. I didn't pick him either this week because I liked the way he played the last time he played, and that was down at RBC, right?
Yep.
And then think about this. Brooks has always said, I play for the majors. This feels like a setup week for him. He's going to be out there practicing this week because all the big boys are flying in next week, and that's when he's going to put the metal to the pedal and pedal to the metal and all that, right? That's next week. That's not this week. This week's a practice round. I would not pick him up at 10-4. He might win the tournament. He might go ahead and just win it, but I don't think he's not going to be trying as hard as he's going to be trying next week to win this thing.
If he wins it, I don't, it's hard to say with somebody of that caliber that it's a fluke, but again, I think if he wins the tournament, it's because other people lost the tournament. I don't think he's coming out and just blowing the field away.
Right. Xander's played well. He had that first tournament back kind of got to him. Yeah,
with the playoff and missing the putt. That's what scares me with him, man. It's just the putting. Again, can't argue that the talent's there. I think he's struggling with his greens, and I think that this is going to be. I mean, your approach shots are going to have to be on, and you're going to have to hit it close to be able to win with this field, with the way everybody's been playing.
Yeah, the one I really wanted to put in my lineup, and I played him on Sunday last week was Hideki. I like the way he's playing, and he plays well here. I just couldn't afford him this week. I went Cantlay as well. You can't argue with the Cantlay, the past results at the specific tournament, and then his past results so far tends to come back. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's go down to the $9,000 range. We've got Justin Rose, Viktor Hovland, Colin Morikawa, Ricky Fowler, and that's it for that one. Anybody in the $9,000 range you're taking?
Yep. So I went Viktor Hovland with this one, $9,500. Yeah. So recent finishes: T12, T11, T21. I think for the price, I think I'm not concerned about him making the cut. Which if you've been keeping up and kind of looking across the leaderboard over the weekend, I mean that's the big thing. I don't think I've had a weekend yet where I've had all 6 players make the weekend. So that's kind of part of my strategy right now is taking a look at, okay, who do I have confidence that they're at least going to be around and have a chance on the weekend? And I think Hovland gives us that. I mean, he's yet to shoot over par in 16 rounds since the restart. So I hope I didn't jinx him on that one. But again, I think, and I don't think this is going to be, a 20 under win. Yeah. I think he's going to make it there. If he can start making those, less than 10 footers, if he did it last week, I think he contends for to win the tournament. I think that's kind of the only miss that he's got is he needs, if he can get that putter hot, a top 5 finish easy for Hovland.
I like Hovland a lot. I didn't take him. I thought hard about it because I liked the way he's been playing. And within that same sentence, he's been playing a lot. So this will be his 5th week in a row. And he's a young kid. Don't get me wrong, they can do that. But this is his 5th week in a row, and he's not missing these cuts where he's playing all week and he's in contention. And I think he should have took this week off. But I think he just wanted to go play this before next week and get some practice rounds in.
Look at his ball striking. His iron game right now is on fire. I mean, he's just missing putts, man. Or he's not making the putts, right? He's just not getting anything to fall his way. So. I think that's a reason that you don't take off. I mean, if the horse is running, ride it out, man. Ride it out. I'm sticking with Hovland. How about you?
Well, and his around the green has actually improved as well. He said he was working on that during the break. He was working on his around the green. That's where he struggled at the Puerto Rican Open when he won that last year. or this year, earlier this year, he said that, his short game kind of sucked, kind of thing. So he said, I'm going to go and work on that. And he's done a good job at it. Again, I played him recently. I just not playing him this week, but yeah. So in my category here.
Hey, hold on before we jump. Is this the week that we break the Puerto Rican curse?
Could be. He's got the field for it. It's not that strong. So I'm coming at $9,700. I took Justin Rose. He took the week off last week. He won Memorial in 2010. That's a decade ago. So it's quite a long time ago. But since coming back from the break, he's been playing well. He finished 13th in 2019 at Memorial. So there is some recent history there. So he does like this course, obviously, if he's already won it. And then in 2019, last year, he came in the 13th. He came in 7th in 2018. So a lot of upper leaderboard kind of finishes here, even during the years where he wasn't playing that well. And he lost in a playoff there. Yeah. So he plays well here. And then, Travelers, he didn't play well at Travelers recently. Neither did JT. But Heritage, he finished 14th. The Charles Schwab, he finished 3rd recently. So I think he may win here with a breakout. With his course history here and the way he's been striking the ball, he may just win this week. Yeah,
he's never finished outside of top 15. So, and you mentioned it, a 13 finish last year. Yeah. So I don't know. I still think he's got some demons, kind of the Hanma demons, I think, are still scratching around. He's separated from his swing coach. Again, I think he makes the cut. I think he plays through the weekend. I think it's a safe pick. Again, horses for courses. And I think he lines up well here. But I still think there's some other people that are coming in that's they're not dragging that baggage around with them. So he didn't make my lineup.
Yeah. So you didn't pick Slick Rick or Colin here either, huh?
Nope, not avoided. Ricky Fowler, no chance. Which again,
that's expensive, isn't it? $9,000 for Ricky Fowler.
That's kind of where I was going. It's like I don't know what you really get. I mean, I don't think he's a bad play. I don't think we're going to see another miscut from him. But if Tay's listening, I'll give him a top 25. I'll give him a top 25, but that's about it. I'm telling you, man. So I mean, again, we mentioned it a couple times. Tee to green is where I think what's gonna excel in this tournament. And what is he? He's +5 tee to green over the past 2 seasons. So now that's the past 2 seasons. And he's got a runner-up finish here. We got T2 in 17. T8 in 18. So, I think I think the course fits him really well when he's playing, but there again, just plenty of, it's so inconsistent, and I just can't go there for the price.
Right. And then Morikawa, I just want to see more from Morikawa. I thought he played great at Charles Schwab, but then after that, I didn't quite see him bounce back from that the way I wanted to. Yep. And, a recent miscut, that kind of thing. But, I mean, he's a great player. I just want to see him bounce back. What are your thoughts on Colin?
Same here, man. I think it rattled him, missing a 3 or 4 footer, left out. Yeah. I think that kind of shook him up. I mean, he should have won the tournament, absolutely, and he didn't. So, I think it's probably inexperience, and, he needs some more reps, man. I think he'll be there. He's just not, I'm not ready to put him in my lineup yet with what I've seen.
It's very interesting what we're seeing because, you see this all the time with these younger groups. And I know we're going to do some breakout sessions with regards to some of these topics, but specifically with this group of Wolf, Morikawa, and Hovland, we're expecting them to have a Jordan Spieth run early. And that doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen, So these guys are fighting some serious demons. We saw it last week with the Wolf and what he did on Sunday, where he was shaky off the start. And I think Colin got a little rattled. So we'll see how he does. He'll probably win the tournament. But anyway, all right. So let's go to the next phase. We got Sun coming at the 8,900 all the way down to 8,000. We've got Sanjay M, Patrick Reed, Leishman, Spieth, Kuchar, Neiman, Woodland, Hadwin, Wolf, and Watson, and Fitzpatrick. You pick anybody there?
I'm getting on the Spieth train this week, baby.
Oh,
getting on the Spieth train.
Buckle up,
man. We got three top 15 finishes since 2015. I'm telling you, I like what I'm seeing out of Spieth, man. I think he's shaking it off. I think he's, I don't want to say it's solid, but it definitely looks better than what it has been. Think back at Colonial. He's a little shaky around around the greens and on the greens. If he gets that dialed in, man, I think he's fine. I think the biggest part right now that I guess that if I've got to find a weakness in his game, I think it's off the tee box. But once again, man, they're going to have the rough cut back a little bit, so it's not going to be as penalizing. Now, I'd probably not picking him for the Memorial, but for this week, I think he's going to be able to miss some fairways and still be able to score tee to green. Again, if he can roll some putts in, I think for $8,600, I think it's a hell of a value.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Spieth. I mean, from a cut perspective, he's been doing great, 11 of 12, and he's had some really good rounds where he's going to make some points. So yeah, as hit or miss as he may be, he's definitely showing a recovery, which is what we want to see from him. I didn't pick anybody in this range from 9,000.
Wow.
I didn't pick anybody. I like, if I could have, I like Pat Reed, but he's been very hit or miss lately. Leishman, I don't like what he's been seeing since the return. He was playing good before the return, but I don't like what I've seen since it. Spieth, again, we just touched on that. I think you got a good pick there. Kuchar hasn't been doing that great since the return. Neiman, I just couldn't afford him. Woodland started off great, but then he's been fading lately.
I had Woodland in my lineup, and I swapped him out for Spieth. I like what I'm seeing out of Spieth. I'll tell you who I'm disappointed that I didn't pick. Sorry, Pat. I wanted you in there, buddy. I wanted you in. Just a little too expensive with all the other guys that I stuck in there. So I was like a couple $100 short, or he would have been there, because I don't think P. Reed misses a third cut in a row. So
no, but yeah. I mean, can you bet on that? I don't know if I haven't had 6 of 6 get through. I'm like, come on, I can't do this right now. I can't do it. Anyway, so yeah, Bubba's been struggling a little bit there. Matt Wolff bouncing back from last week. It's gonna be tough. I looked at Matt, just how hot he was, but I'm telling you, that blow up on Sunday. He just, again, I know I've said inconsistency several times, but that's what we're seeing out of a lot of these players. You've got, I think everybody in my lineup, that's what we're seeing is consistency, and the folks that are, kind of the big names that are taking, that are taking some of the spotlight. I don't really know why yet. But yeah, it's just, I can't bet on it because they haven't shown me that they're going to show up week in and week out. I was gonna bet Wolf, but the ice cream trucks that I contacted couldn't guarantee they were going to be.
The proximity from the tee box to the road, it's not, the speakers aren't loud enough.
All right, so do you have anybody else here?
No,
did you pick anybody else in the $8,000 range?
Nope.
Bubba. I didn't pick Bubba or anything like that. Mine,
no
so we're going to get down into below 8,000. You got Louis, Phil, Streelman, Scheffler, Day, Damon, Champ. There's a ton of them here. I'm not going to read them all off.
Yeah,
so I'll just tell you who I picked here. I picked my next one on the list is Kevin Streelman at $7,800. I just like what I've seen from this guy. He finished second at Travelers a couple of weeks ago. Took last week off. He's rested. He placed 4th at Memorial last year. I like the way he's striking the ball. And then in 2018, he was 45th at Memorial. So he likes this course. And when he likes the course, he's usually pretty dedicated to it and can play well there. Showing us at Travelers a couple weeks ago, he was like, I can't wait to play this course. I think he's going to have that same kind of mentality this week. And I really like the way he's been playing.
Yep. Yeah. Solid pick, man. I can't argue with you there for sure.
Yeah. Who you got next?
So I went for, I believe he is an Ohio native. I went Ryan Armour. Recent finishes T4 and T6. And the reason I'm going there, +7 strokes on, so gain strokes on the green, and +5 in his approach shots, strokes gain for Rocket Mortgage. I think everything's on fire, and it's $7,400. I think Armour's, I think he's easily a top 10 finish, potentially a top 5. So at $7,400, I can't steer away from him.
Okay, you went a little bit below me. I picked Joel Damon at $7,700 for this week.
Yeah, I looked at Damon. Yeah. He didn't play here last year from what I saw. He's been striking the ball really well. He took last week off,
but finished 20th at Travelers, 48th at RBC, 19th at Charles Schwab. Before that, he was the 5th at Arnold Palmer this year and the 5th at Genesis. So he's been playing really well this year. And the Travelers was great, and I like watching him play. I like the way he's striking the ball. This year, approach, he's plus 0.79 shots gained. Off the tee, plus 0.55. Around the green, plus 0.02. So you got some 3 key categories where he's gaining shots in every one of them against the field. And for this price point, I just don't see how you go wrong with Joel Damon. I think he's been playing really well lately.
Yeah, I think you got great value there. I'm surprised, though. I mean, Jason Day's sitting right there beside him. You didn't pick Jason Day. I mean, what are you thinking?
Well, here's the thing about Jason Day, doesn't have very good course history here, and I think this is his freaking home course.
Yeah,
How do you not? You know?
Yeah, so, I mean, I think Day's tempting. His strokes gained off the tee. He's extremely solid. But yeah, I don't blame you. I'm just rubbing you a little bit there, man.
No. I looked at him hard because I think this is his home course, and he just doesn't. I haven't seen any great results from him here. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing there for sure.
And then I also had in the same kind of category, I had my Ian Poulter is I'm coming in Ian Poulter at $7,500 this week. So $7,500 took last week off. Travelers came in 64.
Yeah, he took last week off. He had to clean his pants. I'm telling you, I hope he rips another epic fart like that. I mean, that was so good. That was so good. If you haven't watched that clip, man, I'm sure you have. But you just go pull up Ian Poulter farts on course. It is so good. I mean, his fart was better than his drive. What can you say?
It's true. So Travelers, he finished 64th. RBC, he finished 14th. Charles Schwab, 29th. So that's since the big return, he hasn't missed a cut, okay? And he's made 10 of his last 11 cuts. Travelers, he had one bad day at a 73, but RBC, he was all good rounds. I think the guy's playing good right now. He's playing really good, and at $7,500, I need somebody to play so I can have 6 of 6 into the weekend, and I think he might get me there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
So my next is Mark Hubbard at $7,400. So recent finishes, T12. We got a T37 and a T33. I think he's really stepped his game up, though. Last week in Detroit, he was plus 4.5 with strokes gained in putting. And really the only challenge that he had was around the greens. So I think this course again, I think the setup's going to play a little different than what we've seen over the past 3 tournaments, and just with the layout and the track. So I think Hubbard at $7,400 again. I'm following your train, man. Is got to have 6 people making it into the weekend. So I think he's a solid to make the cut. So.
There you go. Some notables here in this category that we didn't take. Scotty Scheffler, I think that he's going to break out here pretty soon. Cameron Champ played great last week, so we'll see how he plays. There's no course history. I couldn't find any course history here for him. So
but just showing up, right? Showing up hot, man, off the plane, flies up that morning, comes out and just blisters a course. So I think I can't go wrong with him. But I think again, I think he maybe played a little more. So that's kind of the reason I went the direction I did. So.
Lowry has not been showing us anything lately. Sabatini burned me, I think last week before. So there's a bunch of guys there. Just I got to stay away from some recent history with these guys.
Like Snedeker, I think you and I. Snedeker scares me. Who Varner? It's like he's good for a day or two. I think he makes the cut here, but again to go in and close, I just think there's better value. Billy Horschel, I think is an interesting play here. I didn't go with him. Again, I think Hubbard's got a little more of a streak that he's riding, but. I think Billy Horschel, we'll see something out of him over the weekend. So, top 25 probably. But
I think you and I landed both on the same last pick. So go ahead and tell us about him.
So Norlander. That's who I squared up with, and I had him in my lineup last week. He did not disappoint whatsoever. That kid is. Where do you want to start? For the price, what's he, $6,500?
Mm-hmm.
I can go ahead and just ink him across the board, man. If he's playing, that, that's where I start. And to be honest, that's where I started my lineup at this week was with Norlander. I no doubt that he was going to be in there. That guy is just, he's just putting together some great tournaments, man. Low bogeys, he's making birdies. How do you get away from him?
You can't. So he's made 10 of 18 cuts. At the Rocket, he finished 12th. Travelers 41st. Charles Schwab 68th. But the Rocket, he was second tee to green for the event.
Yeah,
he was first at Rocket for the event on approach. First on approach, shots gained. And then around the green, he was, he's like minus 0.5 and then putting minus 0.6. I think the around the green will come around, and I think putting is very fickle. So the shots are on fire. I think you cannot go wrong with this guy right now, and he's probably going to burn us this week. But hey, you know what? I had to play him. I like what I saw last week. Yeah.
So he missed the cut at the Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
Obviously he made the Travelers and the Rocket, but every single round since the comeback has been under par. So I mean, what more can you ask for, man? I mean, the guy's just, I can't believe he's still at $6,500. If he does place well, which I think he'll play well this week. I think we won't get him for 6,500 next week, but if we could, I'd go ahead and take him as a lock for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you told me blind pick, if I give you a guy that last week tee to green was second and first on approach for $6,500, would you take him? Yeah, I'd take him. Yeah, okay, done deal.
Yeah. So who you got for the win? Who you picking to win?
I think Justin Rose. That's who I think is going to win.
Picking Rosie, hey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Spieth, man. I think Spieth has. I think he breaks out. I think he shows up. I think he's going to putt well. Again, he's not, off the tee. He's not going to be. It's not going to penalize him too much. Again, as long as he's inbound. So there's a lot of water. He's got there's quite a bit of water on the course. But again, I think you can pick your spots out and just fire at those targets, and got to make some putts.
Yeah, can Cantlay go back to back? I'd like to see it. He's in my lineup. So.
yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings for sure.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. And then next week we got all the big boys hopefully coming back. I have not heard any Tiger news yet. Everybody's thinking he's going to be there, but I haven't heard that. I think Rory will be back next week. So it's we got a fun couple of weeks here. And the course is a great course. Is one of the most favorite ones out there on tour for all these guys. So they couldn't pick a better course to do this at. Get
your bourbon milkshakes ready for Sunday.
There you go. And I guess Bryson will be back next week as well. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that's no doubt, man. That guy, he's. I think he's coming back with a vengeance, man. I'm looking for a solid performance out of him next week. So. Yeah.
It should be a fun week. It should be a really fun week. So. It's gonna be fun. So you're taking vacation. When are you? Is it next week? You're taking vacation, or the week after?
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. I think the 16th or the 18th. Yeah. So got some courses picked out. We're playing Caledonia Golf and Fish Club, and our boy, the Salty Golfer, man, he's wanting to get us up to. We'll hopefully it works out and we get out there. But he's taking me to the Pebble Beach of the East Coast, as he coined it. Oh yeah. So looking forward to that, man. Hopefully I bring my game with me. I hope I don't embarrass us out there, but. If I don't embarrass us with my game, I'll definitely embarrass us with my drunken banter on the golf course. So we'll get plenty of videos to upload for the viewers. So
that's a fact. That's going to happen. So we're going to do some more videos this week, guys. I think we got some more bourbon tastings coming up. Maybe a product review or two. I think Cal may actually make some cocktails for us this week. That'd be fun too.
Could be a cocktail week. Yeah, we do. We got over the next couple of weeks. We've got a distillery in Birmingham that's coming on. We've got, I think we got the Bourbon and Rye Club coming back on pretty soon.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I've got a couple of product reviews that we're going to drop for you. So, again, hey, if you're not watching us, if you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us at Birdies_Bourbon on the gram. Here on the YouTube channel, obviously, Birdies and Bourbon YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like. We appreciate it. Leave some comments. If there's anything you're looking for, any content that we're not dropping for you, feel free to give us some suggestions. Any bourbons or drinks that you'd like for us to review, let us know, man. We've got, as you can see, we've got a collection, but we're always looking for new things. So, happy to
I'm still waiting on the Sweetens Cove review.
Hey, so oddly enough, man, I got 2 bottles. I just got to go pick them up, man. But I've already. Now the bad news is I've already paid for them, so hopefully I don't have empty bottles when I get there. But yeah, so we got 2, man. I should maybe get those probably over the weekend, I think. So.
Yeah. All right. Hey, guys, so we'll be coming back to you with round 2 recap on Friday evening. And then, of course, we do our Sunday evening after the whole tournament's over. So we'll do those live as well. In the meantime, we're going to have a bunch of stuff drop in that's going to be product and bourbon, that kind of stuff on YouTube. And we'll probably drop it on the pod as well. But anyway, thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. We're stoked about this week. I think we got some good picks here. I think we're going to do well. And then we'll go from there. Anything else, Calvin, before we close it out?
6 for 6, baby. 6 for 6 for the weekend.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.